What's up, guys? I'm back finally with an updated Fire King Snake Eye profile. Took a while to sort of get back round to it, but this is something I just want to show off briefly. I'll do a profile in a separate video, and also you might want to just refer back to my old video for like some more points of reference. But basically, I've included Yummies as a small engine because I kept finding I was getting hand trapped on the Ash, hand trapped on this, and these just allow you to extend into something good. So I was going to show you like the best case scenario if you open all three, because there are things you can do really nicely with these. So without wanting to delay anything, I'll just go straight into it. So we start off, we normal summon the Ponix. Ponix is going to grab us the Sanctuary. Sanctuary, place Fire King Island. Use the effect search, pop Ponix. Search out Grunix. Grunix effect to summon itself. It will pop the Avada from deck. Avada will summon back the Ponix. Right, very self-explanatory. We're going to link off the Ponix now into our Link 1, which I noticed was actually still in my deck here. The Link Karibo. Don't main deck it, guys. You'll probably get DQ'd. And then, because we have a Link 1, we can special our Cupsy. Cupsy effect is going to add our surprise. We're going to link summon, or sorry, synchro summon, which always feels just bizarre, doesn't it? For the Cupsy way. So we're going to search whichever one. So I run one each of the other names apart from the Cupsy. We're going to search the Lollipop and the Marshmallow. But obviously, if you wanted something to destroy, you just search the Cookie instead, honestly, just whatever you need. Marshmallow's good because it cycles the surprise, obviously. So resolution, we have to discard a card. In this case, we're going to discard the Ash because we're going to try and bring it back later. Right. So we are now going to special the Lollipop using the same effect, and we're going to use Gemmy Surprise to special summon this from the hand. Other thing to mention with this is it is really nice synergy because we're going to add it back, obviously, on this chain. Marshmallow, add it back. It can return a field spell to the hand, which can protect your island because it only activates when it's banished or leaves the field to nuke the board. So you can actually dodge that, which is another kind of cool cross interaction. Anyway, this is our board right now. So we're going to go link off because we just want access to the Link 1 because this gives us a lot of interruption on our opponent's turn. But anyway, so we do this. And now what we're going to do, two non-link monsters are going to go into the IP Masquerainer. We've got a Link 2 and a Link 1. We're going to go 3. An important thing to remember, I do not run the field spell because it isn't a Yummy-centric deck, really. The Yummies are extenders, they're not one-card combos for me because I didn't want to play the extra brick. And the only thing that locks you to a certain link rating is the placing of the field spell. So that doesn't come up, but just bear in mind if you do want to run the field spell, that is something that will restrict you. Anyway, the restriction now is we are locked to fire. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring back our Snake Eye Ash from the grave. Ash effect. Going to add you, and again, you could refer back to my other video for this part of the combo because there's so many different directions you can go. Poplar will summon itself and add Snake Eye Chase. Snake Eye Chase is going to place the Diabell Star. Got my low rarity ones in here, guys. The other ones are in something else. So apologies for that. We're going to go Ash and it's self-descend Poplar to bring out the Snake Eyes Flamberge. Poplar effect is going to put itself back here. We're going to shunt out the Diabell Star by placing a fire. Flamberge effect is going to place the Masquerainer so we can get it out later. And right now, again, this is exactly where we hit the decision tree. Saying whatever you want to accomplish, but just bear in mind you do have the fire on the board. So the way I like to deal with my fire dilemma is to just link it off into these two off into Ambler Whale, because I think Ambler Whale is solid. The two effects are both very good, and this is important because we get these two pieces into the grave. They both want to be in the grave because they both activate in the grave. So that's where we go. From here, you can, of course, extend with your Doom Dragon, send a nose. So we've got 3 level 8s. You can honestly do whatever you want. If you played a heavier Link package, you can climb into other stuff because this hasn't used its revive effect of the 2 fires. You can make an 8, which is what I will probably do just for the sake of this. You can also, of course, if you want, go Giant Trainer, detach 3. You don't get the effect, but you can draw 3, we'll just, just for example's sake, say we, did that. But in reality, I think normally what I would do is just go for the Galaxy Eyes. And then set the surprise, end phase. We banish the Snake Eye, chase to push out the Masquerena. Right, so, okay, it's a 3-card combo. You might be thinking, it doesn't look like loads, right? It's very layered. And at the end of the day, it is a rogue deck, so, don't expect the world. But it's very layered. So, obviously, you've got the negate of this monster here, the Galaxy Eyes. You've got a monster negate, right? You've got the IP. Sometimes you have to be wary of board space with this deck because it can really, really clog up, right? You can go IP for the SP, of course. We all know about that. So it's a banish and a summon back if you want. You can run something like Kurikara and Subversion for like board breakers on the follow-up if you want to search off these. I don't, but that's just fine. And then sometimes what is nice to do is to, before your opponent does anything or in response to their first action maybe, just bring out the Cupsy Way, right? So anything they do, you're going to get some more advantage. So you're going to obviously have the ability to tag out. And, it's really hard to kind of lab out the yummy interruptions because it just depends. It just depends on what your opponent does and what you need to do. But normally I will bring out, on the first instance here, I like to bring out the Marshmallow and the Snatchy because this is going to give us the access to Synchro into the Cookie, to Book a Moon. Obviously, if that's against like Malice or something, it's really good. If it's against Dracotal, probably not because they just fuse it off anyway. But anyway, we just want to get back our surprise. So that's nice. And then we obviously, like I say, have the option to pay 100 and summon Cookie. And again, you have to be aware of the locks, right? Because say we obviously have the Princess access engrave. You have to be wary, so you probably want to make sure you've used the Little Knight Banish to disrupt effect, right? Maybe you've tagged this out and it's been Belled or Impulse or something, because obviously if you do get that to resolve, it's all good, because you get to go pop, and you get to go draw, or whatever, or you can bring back the Yummy Snatchy again, and you get to go Cupsy Yummy, search 2 more Yummies for the follow-up. But right, so say you the board's been depleted, whatever. You've got the Promethean Princess, they summon, you pop this. Right, and then you've got Chain Link, so it destroys whatever they've summoned. And then you've also got the Amblay Whale effect. You can summon from the grave. Though we can't actually because we're fire locked, so we don't have any targets for that just as well. That's fine. But what we obviously do have is the Grinix. So the Grinix will summon itself. Effect to destroy from deck. Destroy the Kirin, which is a non-target send and a special summon, right? So we're going to go for the Avatar. Avatar is a monster negate, so we have the option to pop this and just negate a monster effect. As well, if you have something, say, like, if you had another Kirin in your hand, you could then pop this to summon, like, the Kirin, let's just say this is one from a hand. And then you also have, they summon another monster. You go nuclear, right? You go Garunix, overlay, blow the whole board of monsters up. So, and your SP comes back in the end phase and whatever they had. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You got the surprise for follow up. You might have a draw and it might have a search, whatever. But yeah, I'm just really, really enjoying this, and I found the yummy axis of the deck has really, really helped play through hand traps on like your normal summons. Yeah, like I say, anything I've missed or any great ideas anyone else might have, please do comment below, and I'll put the profile in another video. Thanks for watching.